You might think you know everything about Michael Jackson, the king of pop, the moonwalk, the glove, the fame, but behind the spotlight, there's a side of Michael even his biggest fans have never seen. From shocking personal habits to untold stories from those closest to him, these are 15 facts about Michael Jackson you probably never knew, even if you're a huge fan. Number 15. Michael Jackson was trained in martial arts according to his bodyguard. Michael Jackson was awarded an honorary black belt in karate in 1998 and trained casually in martial arts throughout his life. Though he wasn't a formal master, he practiced with dedication, often training privately in hotel suites with personal instructors. His bodyguard once said Michael was surprisingly skilled, with impressive control and reflexes. Some reports even mention he achieved a second-degree black belt in MF martial arts. The discipline clearly influenced his dance style. Those sharp spins, quick kicks, and powerful movements were inspired by martial arts precision. Even his children, especially Biggie, reportedly explored martial arts growing up, carrying forward a piece of his passion. Number 14. Michael Jackson is the only artist with top 10 hits in 6 different decades. Michael Jackson's chart success is unmatched in music history. He's the only artist to have scored top 10 hits in 5 consecutive decades, and 6 if you include his early years with the Jackson 5. From I Want You Back in the late 1960s to posthumous hits like Love Never Felt So Good, his music consistently dominated charts across generations. Very few artists have maintained that kind of cultural power for so long. It proves that Michael's music didn't just define one era. It transcended time, touching fans young and old, decade after decade. Number 13. When Michael Jackson came to Rome in 1988, the city completely froze. His Bad World Tour stop at the Flaminio Stadium wasn't just a concert. It was an event that brought Rome to a standstill. Traffic jams stretched for miles, stores shut down early, and thousands left work just to catch a glimpse of him. More than 1,000 police officers were deployed that night, not for a political leader or the Pope, but for a performer. The crowd's energy was electric, and Michael's presence alone was enough to make an entire capital city lose control. Number 12. Even though he endorsed Pepsi, Michael was never shown drinking it, not even in the famous 1984 ads. His first Pepsi partnership was a record-setting $5 million deal tied to the Victory Tour, but he reportedly set strict conditions. No shots of him drinking or even holding a Pepsi can, and very limited FaceTime. Pepsi's own team later said they kept his on-screen presence brief because he was cautious about commercials. The result? The spots sold the music, the moment, and the new generation, without Michael ever taking a sip. Number 11. Michael loved giving jewelry as gifts, but he rarely wore it himself. He was known for his generosity. He'd often buy expensive pieces for friends, family, and staff just to make them smile. The one piece he did wear consistently was a simple red bracelet, a gift from his close friend, Elizabeth Taylor. For Michael, it wasn't about luxury or showing off. He wore it as a token of love and protection. Despite his glamorous image, he preferred simplicity in his personal life, letting his kindness and style speak louder than gold or diamonds ever could. Number 10. Michael was actually friends with Donald Trump, who even supported him during the 2005 trial. The two first met in the 1980s when Michael stayed at Trump Tower in New York. Trump often spoke kindly about him in interviews.
One thing about Michael Jackson, he lived in Trump Tower. And I see your show all the time, Michael Jackson. Every night you have Michael Jackson, blah, blah, blah. You know, 15 years ago, I went to Madison Square Garden and I watched Michael Jackson perform and do the moonwalk across the stage. And I said, I don't think I've ever seen anything. There was no entertainer like him. He lives in various of my buildings. I mean, he sort of follows me around in the sense of he likes what I have.
Well, I know him very well. He's lived in my buildings.
Perfect gentleman. We never had one problem. He's a friend of mine. I mean, he's a good guy.
When the media turned against Michael during his trial, Trump defended him on live TV.
She's had plenty of experience at going after people, and she goes after them viciously and violently, and I saw a story and I read another story about some of the things she's done. and I don't believe it.
But you know what it's like when an indictment comes down.
It's tough.
It's presumption.
It's tough. It's tough to win, but I have a feeling he's going to win, Larry. And even in Trump Tower, the kids were very young. Michael would come, play with the kids. He just loved children. He was not a child molester.
Their friendship wasn't about business or fame. It was mutual respect. Even years later, Trump called Michael a good friend and said he was one of the most talented people he'd ever met. Number 9. He didn't want to be buried with his famous glove. Michael believed the glove only symbolized Billie Jean, not who he truly was as a person or artist. Even though his sister LaToya later said he was buried with a glove, the reported wish shows how much he wanted people to see deeper than the iconography. He preferred his legacy to live through his music and spirit, not just through one sparkling prop. Number 8. Did you know that during Michael Jackson's 1992 Dangerous World Tour, the sound system was so massive it took 8 engineers just to operate it? The setup had 115 audio channels pushing out a staggering 240,000 watts of power through 180 giant speakers. Every beat, every note was engineered for perfection. The result was pure sonic energy that shook stadiums and thrilled more than 72,000 fans each night. This wasn't just a concert, it was a full-body experience. No one before or after has delivered that kind of power, precision, and magic all at once. Number 7. During his concerts, Michael secretly watched the audience from backstage monitors to study how fans reacted to every song and dance move. He wanted to understand their emotions in real time, when they screamed, cried, or fell silent. After the show, he'd often ask his team which moments hit the hardest so he could make the next performance even better. For Michael, it wasn't just about entertaining people, it was about connecting with them. He treated every concert like a living conversation between him and his fans, and that's what made his shows unforgettable. Number 6. When Michael Jackson announced his Dangerous World Tour at Wembley Stadium in 1992, the response was unbelievable. Over 1.5 million people tried to get tickets. To put that into perspective, Wembley only held about 72,000 seats, meaning the demand could have filled the stadium nearly 20 times over. Fans camped outside for days, phone lines crashed, and ticket agencies were overwhelmed. It became one of the most requested concerts in UK history. The scale of excitement proved one thing: no artist on earth could draw a crowd like Michael Jackson. His popularity wasn't just big, it was global madness. Number 5. Near the end of his life, Michael said he wanted people to leave his concerts feeling like they had just witnessed the greatest entertainer of all time. That was always his goal, to give fans something unforgettable, something no one else could do. Every song, every move, every moment on stage was planned with perfection. He didn't just want applause, he wanted emotion, awe, and magic. For Michael, performing wasn't just a job, it was his purpose. And even decades later, fans still walk away believing exactly what he hoped they would, that there will never be another like him. Number 4. Michael Jackson's influence goes far beyond music. Even his Wikipedia page made history. His biography has been translated into over 278 languages, making it the most translated biographical article in the site's entire history. That's more than the pages for Jesus Christ, the Bible, Christianity, Islam, or Buddhism. It shows how deeply his story connects with people from every corner of the world. From Africa to Asia, Europe to South America, fans continue to celebrate and study his life. Decades after his passing, Michael's name still crosses every language barrier, a true symbol of global fame. Number 3. Michael Jackson remains the most awarded recording artist in history, with over 800 awards from around the world, including 13 Grammys and dozens of world records. No other artist has achieved that level of recognition. But beyond the trophies, his fame reached something almost spiritual. Many have said Michael is the most famous person after Jesus Christ, and it's not hard to see why. His music, image, and humanitarian work made him known in every corner of the planet. From children in villages to presidents and royalty, everyone knew his name. That's the definition of global impact. Number 2. Michael Jackson donated over $500 million to charity during his lifetime and earned 5 distinguished humanitarian awards for his efforts. He was also nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize twice, in 1998 and again in 2003. The first nomination came from Romanian parliamentarians, largely in recognition of his Heal the World Foundation and global work for children. Though he never won, being nominated is still a huge honor. He remains one of the very few musicians ever considered. The Nobel Committee likely declined due to controversies and eligibility rules. For example, the prize is rarely given to entertainers. But the nominations alone show that Michael's impact went far beyond music. People saw him as a force for change in the world. Number 1. Back in 1992, when Michael Jackson performed at Glasgow Green during his Dangerous World Tour, the entire city felt it. Literally. The concert was completely sold out and became one of the loudest shows ever held in Scotland. The sound was so powerful that people miles away could still hear the music. Reports said it carried up to 6 miles from the venue. The noise was so intense that the Glasgow City Council received hundreds of complaints and ended up banning Michael Jackson from performing there again. Think about that. Banning Michael Jackson from your city. Their loss, I guess. Because when the History World Tour came around in 1997, Michael skipped Glasgow Green. I bet they regretted that move. And that's it. 15 powerful facts about the one and only Michael Jackson. If you learned something new today, hit that like button, share this video with another MJ fan, and tell me in the comments which facts surprised you the most.